keys for different places, J boots, gear. My gear is like not good. It's just whatever I scrape together out here. I went down near and just farmed every piece of gear I could. And that was pretty challenging at the time. Like I was in my lower 30s, soloing a lot of those rooms that had 3 and 4 spawns with a 12-minute spawn timer. Down near, oh dude, remember the freaking the visceral dagger, trying that one where the mobs heal from outside the rooms and they have you have a 12-minute spawn timer. So you're pretty much just constantly killing. There's 4 mobs in the room and then the mobs outside the room heal the mobs in the room. And if you got was it Cly Believers? Those were like my arch nemesis down there. The Cly Believers, like a shaman mob. And if you had like back-to-back Cly Believers, it was like your game over. You're pretty much forced out of the camp and you have to start over. Because they take so much mana to kill. I gotta say, I think I feel better without taking in a lot of caffeine. Like I don't feel as foggy headed. I've got a freaking headache. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble falling asleep, so I just said maybe I need to quit doing all this caffeine. Casual Meme Fan asks, what turn-in spell did you get? I missed it. I got Sacrifice again. It's buried somewhere in the spell book. I was looking for it. But I tried to memorize it, and it was like, you can't memorize a spell that you've already memorized. And oh, there it is. And as a joke, I like handed it back to the dude, and he took it. He like took it away from me. Yeah, I was like, take this shit back. I don't want it. And he just was like, okay. That's probably why he handed it to me in the first place. What's all these people zoning in? What's going on? What the frick? Dude's taking my spawns. Kuwinks. I see that. Now I got no spawns. Want a timeline here, guys. Not you guys, those guys. But casual, I don't know if you saw, but neutral rockets actually logged back in. And he found a way to get out of TOV. Neutral, how did you get out of TOV, by the way? Oh, you asked someone to hammer off him. Nice. Very, very creative problem solving there. You hammered them off for me. Nice. Yeah, I was like trying to explain to him how to get to Howling Stones, what spell he needed to use. Ooh, you forgot to put on DMF? That would have been tragic. Neutral said I nearly ran off the giant cliff. Oh no, he nearly ran into the cliff giant. The cliff golem, gotcha. I just failed the reading comprehension test. Now I'll have to retake the SAT. I don't think I ever took the SAT. Yeah, I think we took the ACT. I don't know. I failed out of college anyway. I had to go back like 10 years later, 15 years later. I feel like this whole time since I've started, I've been starved for mana. I think I'm defluxing too much. It's definitely a different pace than Howling Stones. It's a lot safer and you get a lot more money, but you also sit and do nothing for long periods of time. I wish that Howling Stones had as many clerics around as Chardok does, because then it would be perfect. 'Cause then when I do eat an unlucky death, it wouldn't be like a huge ordeal where I gotta call in my friends who haven't played this game in years to remember how to log in and get to where I'm at. So at the point I'm at right now, if I was to finish out here, it would be about 15 hours. Howling Stones would take that down to about 10 hours. I feel like we're getting about 3% an hour in Howling Stones. Burning Woods would be like 30 hours at the Giant Fort, plus another 5 hours for the run back from over there to Cabalus, because every time I leave there, I'm like 150 pounds, 80 pounds overweight. When I went back home to visit my mom, my wife, like before we had even left to go back across the country, my wife had Googled this like fried chicken and pizza place. And she was like, "Hey, you know about this place?" And it was like a total blast from the past. Like I was like, "Oh shit, I haven't heard somebody mention that place in like 20 years." I did used to eat there when I was like a kid. I was like, "Yeah, how do you know about that place?" She's like, "Oh, I was just looking for places to get fried chicken whenever we go back." I was like, "You really want to go there?" It's like, "Yep." She made me take her there twice. But to be fair, the fried chicken was actually like really good. I was expecting some like freezer knockoff fried chicken, but it was actually like handmade batter. And then they had like ice cream and dessert pizzas. It's almost like a KFC buffet, but like good. And I don't know if KFC buffets exist anymore. We used to take my grandma to one all the time. She loved that shit. So I just ticked up to 70, but I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. A little extra credit. And I'm actually going to Google that. Do KFC buffets still exist? Those went away like Blockbuster Video. Apparently, there's one still in Canada. There are about 22 locations in the US and Canada that have KFC buffets. You know what else like went the way of the dinosaur was freaking Quiznos subs. I feel like I haven't seen a Quiznos in forever. Talk about like a company that went from being way on top to being next to nothing. They had 4,700 restaurants down to 148 now. I feel like Subway just crushed them. As soon as Subway came out with a toaster, they were like, "Hey, we got a toaster too." Everybody's like, "Oh, okay, we're done with Quiznos." Trying to think of what other restaurants you don't see anymore. Is it just me or are there less Arby's than there used to be? I can't even eat Arby's anyway. Like every time I would, it would give me like massive bubble guts. It was not a good thing. I could totally combine root routing with like a workout stream. Like just drop a root, drop all the dots, and then do jumping jacks until they wear off. It just hit 70%. Might as well go for 90. Yeah, hang on, guys. I'm just gonna text my boss right now. Hopefully, he doesn't know that I stream a 25-year-old video game for 5 people. Hey, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. I'm sick. I mean, theoretically, if I went for 15 more hours, I could finish this. I could be done at noon tomorrow. That does sound pretty good. Yeah, and then I might as well just stay up and go to a raid. You're right. I'm not getting any experience right now because Kuwinks came through here and killed a bunch of stuff, even though this is my camp. Kuwinks is a dumb name. Kuwinks, I hope you watch this. Feel free to leave a comment. Kuwinks is a dumb name. It's such a druid name. I was seeing if I could pull something from down here. Yeah, and one of these other druids has one of the spawns up there as a pet, so it's never going to respawn. I'm going to go life tap something from that tunnel right up above the CE camp. And then just like run down to where they're at and feign death. Oops, sorry. What should be the first raid that I do? Eight? Is that like a really hard one? Colin says crush bone. Hey, that will be cool. I can actually like go to like Felwythe and Fadewar and shit. I can give away all this warrior gear that I keep finding and bard gear because there's no Ixar bards and there's no Ixar warriors really. I can go farm a bunch of belts and become friendly with the wood elves. Be that one rare Ixar that's able to bank in Kelethin. I was able to bank in Kinos on my Ixar monk back in the days of EQ Live, whenever it was good. I turned in 1,000,000 Blackburrow Nullfangs. Colin says the first thing you can do with non-Kunark unlock is turn in red wine for Neriak faction and muffins for Kelethin faction. Yeah, I didn't even know it was that easy. This game has spawned 3 green spawns in a row. They're almost like a waste of mana to kill. Yeah, Neriak would be a good one to do because then I could bank and go to the tunnel. Do you guys know how when there's items that are worth like hundreds of thousands of plat, like how do they transfer that much money? They like stand right next to each other at the bank because that shit weighs like way too much. Mr. Best Friend is just sitting here brooding like, why are there no spawns? Neutral says, nice to bank in Neriac, can also bank in Freeport, and it's actually kind of nice to have the whole world to explore. Yeah, I can't wait. This has been a really good experience. It's been a really long experience. But I'm ready to get out and see and do more than just the Chardok tunnel and the Howling Stones basement. That is it's the 4th green mob in a row. My mouse is hovering over my Raider recruitment post. Do I submit it? Who do you submit it to? I should probably like finish this first. I'll join if you give me a stack of Essence Emeralds. The guild has all the resources you could ever need. I mean, I still gotta farm J boots. I gotta get gear. They'll probably look at my gear and be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Oh, you still have those spare J boots? Your guild didn't take them? I would be surprised if your guild found him in your bank and we're like, hey, sweet, this guy doesn't play anymore. On the one hand, I would say, like, I should farm them myself. And then on the other hand, I'm like, I've spent a lot of time sitting in one spot, killing the same thing over and over again. So am I really missing out on anything farming the J-Boots? Oh yeah, you do learn the process. That's true. I am gonna need cash. I'm gonna have to go farm some money somehow. Is it just like you kill every so many minutes, or are you waiting strictly for like, are you just watching for a spawn and it only spawns every so many hours? Oh, you just killing over and over, and I'm assuming it's probably a lower level enemy, so the emissary Thule probably just destroys it. Probably would have hit 71% by now, but game is dead set on spawning these stupid whelps that don't give shit for experience. Still, I'm pretty pleased with the progress that we've made tonight. Even with the unfortunate death. Neutral says, I'm so happy you didn't give up. Me too. Yeah, there was definitely a point where I was going to give up, I remember. I was going to call it at like level 51 or 54 or something. I think there was a time like 54 to 55 where I had to like force myself to finish a level because I hadn't finished a level in like 6 months or something. It was out in Dreadlands doing that camp where I think one of the Bishan's Peak key enemies spawn. Somehow I decided that was where I wanted to get to level 55 at or something. There were some really rough patches. Yeah, there was a lot of messing about, as you say. There was like periods where I was like, I'm gonna go run around here and try this camp and try that camp, and then I finally buckled down and was like, I'm just gonna farm Chardok and Howling Stones. Neutral says can confirm watching through most of it. Yeah, I think you, out of everybody that's watched this stream, you've probably watched the most. Down here was fun. The most fun periods of this whole thing were like obviously just getting up, well, probably after about level 20 until doing down near, doing Droga. Like those are the high points. The 50s, not really the high point. Like I don't even remember doing 57. Like if you asked me where did you level at 57, I would have to go back through my YouTube and be like, "Oh, I did it here." It was probably here in Chardok. The Visceral Dagger was like awesome. That was a really great fun quest to do. I feel like I was done with Raptors by like, oh no, I did do a lot of Raptors. I was still trying to get the level 49 pet for some reason. I definitely remember hitting a point where I was like, I'm done trying to get spells. Like, farming spells is pointless. Yeah, Splurt was the game changer. Splurt and Lich. Once I had Splurt and Lich, I think I got Lich first and then Splurt shortly after that. Because I don't think you could do this root rotting this place without splurt. Or you could, but it'd be just like miserably, miserably slow. That reminds me, I was gonna do a segment at the beginning of every stream called "This Day in Mr. Best Friend History." And while we're not at the beginning of the stream, I want to see. So 1 year ago, how appropriate. Not quite 1 year ago today, but basically 1 year ago this week. The name of my video is Chardok Entrance Root Rotting. And then 2 years ago, today is November 18th. Let's see where Mr. Best Friend was 2 years ago. I like how I was still rocking like the old school Twitch overlay. So I was, my goals were level 34 spell research, which was really easy to do because these giants drop spell components for up to, I think, level 39. Even though they're lower level, it was like a really weird thing that they programmed in where these giants were dropping spell research for spells that were higher level than them. 5th rank Skullcap, and then I wanted to go to Kesora. Oh, I still had the headset microphone too. And this was a 4-hour video. Man, I spent all 4 hours at this freaking giant fort. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, what a journey. Almost to the end. Almost to the end. It's definitely front loaded doing a solo cell phone. Like you have so many different places that you can go earlier on, and then it funnels you by the end like to just a very few small like select couple camps that you can do. If you do something like this where you're locking yourself to one specific expansion. If I had to do it all over again, I could do it in probably like 6 weeks if I really wanted to. It would be a rough grind over 6 weeks, but I could probably do it. Like once you get into K-Sora, I forgot to mention K-Sora earlier. I'm pretty sure I did like 40 to 45 in K-Sora in like a matter of a week. The experience in there was so fast, and it became like second nature. Like all the polls and where you needed to go and the timers. K-Sora is like training grounds for Howling Stones. It's like Howling Stones tutorial mode. It's where Mr. Nice Guy was born. It's where I got that guy Juke. I got Juke killed. And I slash who him almost every time I log in to see if he still plays, but he doesn't play. I even have a video named I'm Sorry Juke. Let me see if I can find it. That was like January-ish. Yeah. I hit level 50 January 31st of 2024. Let's see, it's somewhere around here. Wasn't it like at the end? No, because now I'm down in the tower area. Oh shit. I'm not paying attention to the game. I feel like it's coming up. Oh, here it is. I think shit starts going really bad. Oh wait, no. Oh, so we're fighting here. So the story here is that I went down to Quesora Library and these two were down there already. And this juke guy, I can't remember, he tried to trade me something and I told him like I can't trade, I'm solo self found. And then I was like, hey, do you mind if I like med here or something like that? And I think I start to kill something and then like shit just goes completely sideways. And I think he goes to feign. He tries to help me and then he goes to feign and whenever he feigns he fails or something. Or he ran out of mana and couldn't feign. Oh yeah, I think this is it. I was trying to break into this library. Here it comes. Neutral says you trained the shit out of him and feigned on him. Here it is. I think that whenever I stood up, I think I had aggro. Yep, they didn't forget me. Oh. Out of fade. It's your problem now, Juke. He's this poor dude, I wish I could read the chat. Mr. Nice Guy. He's like yelling at me in chat right now. And there he goes. This like ruined my night, by the way. Like I felt so bad. Yeah, so I shouldn't have stood up out of Fane. I should have camped. Is basically like if I'd have camped the aggro, that wouldn't have happened. I don't think I could give him mana neutral because if I remember right, he or I didn't have the mana twitch spell because I play solo only, so I never bought it. And but yeah, I could have like rooted all them guys. Like there's a lot of stuff I could have done, but I wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I just stood there and watched him get his ass handed to him, and now we have a funny freaking meme for the stream. And speaking of the stream, it is a good time for me to call it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will be back tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. And we hit 71%, so 29% to go. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you spending your time with me.